us. One Christian and Bolan. Gentlemen, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Morning, Lagos.
All right, all right. Yes, indeed.
Nice. Lagos, join the conversation, but don't be left out. Send a message to WhatsApp. WhatsApp is 0809-444-0981. On Twitter, we're at Smooth981FM. Use that hashtag BusinessExpress981. Also on YouTube is youtube.com/Smooth981FM Lagos.
All right, all right. So the week kicked off with losses on the stock exchange, down by 0.3%, 31,042.32 points is where we closed. So far this year, the market is down by 1.2%. Market cap is at 11.6 trillion naira. Gentlemen, this is day 2 of the MPC meeting, and as is tradition on the show, whoever is coming in, at least for the Monday and Tuesday, we always get their opinions as to what they think the MPC is going to do as far as rates are concerned. Benchmark interest rate is still at 14%. I throw it to you three. Do you think there is going to be a change in either direction?
I'm not sure there will be a change. The MPC have held all rates at the same level since July 2016. It's been basically towards maintaining managing the pressure on the currency.
Okay.
I think that has been the target in the last over the last almost 3 years now. Really, in terms of inflation, the initial pressure was from the inflation side. We've seen inflation decline from a high of about 18% down to around 11%.
Yeah, 11.31. Yeah,
as we speak. But in terms of the pressure on the currency, I don't think we are crystal clear on that. The ongoing meeting is against the backdrop of a post-election environment.
Yes.
We've also seen a marginal uptick in terms of the external reserves. I think the current level is about $43 billion. Oil price is still trading above $60 per barrel. Also, we've seen FPI inflow back into the market post-election.
Please, sorry for our listeners.
Foreign portfolio investments
right, thank you.
Moved back into the market post-election, and we also saw a marginal ease in terms of inflation rate in the month of July. In the month of February. Now, but does that suggest that we can ease the inflation, can ease the benchmark rate at this time? I don't think so, because there are still external pressures that would impact or influence the decision that the policymakers will be considering in the final day of their meeting today, being that the trade war between the US and China is still a major risk to consider.
Okay.
And also the high interest rate environment in developed markets, especially in the US, which has a significant or direct impact on inflows into emerging markets like Nigeria. So looking at all those factors that are critical to the policy direction in Nigeria, I still see the policy makers retaining all the variables at the same level. They don't forget that we just concluded an election. So in terms of the full effect of the post-election impact, we've not seen that fully. And in terms of the expected effect of the budget for 2019, we also need to look closely before we can take a position on where the rate. It's good to have a low interest rate environment, but again, the truth is, having a low interest environment at the expense of inflow of foreign investments and at the expense of the currency may not be a good to have.
All right. One question. Any divergent thoughts, or you agree?
I agree. What I would like to point out is the fact that CBN want to put into consideration low credit growth to private sector.
Right.
As in 2018, it stood at around 1.8%. That's against a benchmark of around 12.4%.
Okay.
That was since CBN wholeheartedly trying to perform some kind of roles like the commercial bank.
Right.
That's
Right.
putting that into perspective.
Okay. Christian, any thoughts? Yeah, Christian is abstaining.
Sums it up.
Okay, they've said it all. All right, let's move on to this. I like the see, if I had my way, this would be a tech show. That's Monday through Friday. But the Nigerian capital market to adopt an electronic offering soon. So Nairametrics here is talking about the capital markets, as far as the way stocks are traded, as far as the way folks who are listening to this program, us in the studio, the way we request for our brokerage services to buy and sell stocks on our behalf. They're saying it's possible that this might move to a completely electronic platform. They haven't mentioned who the platform is, but they said it's an eligible service provider that would be registered with the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission. No more filling of forms. You would just do it by, you say you can even use by USSD, your phone. What do we think about this possible development? Again, it's still in talks. Nothing has officially been announced yet, but this is coming from the CMC, the Capital Markets Committee. I think there were also some comments from the Acting Director General of the SEC, which is Mrs. Mary Udak. What do you guys think? Christian, since you abstained from the first MPC discussion, what do you think about possibly moving to an electronic form of buying and selling your stocks and making requests from your broker?
I think it's innovative. It's also timely, considering that our capital markets are near comatose at this time. I mean, anything to boost participation and increase the depth of the markets would be welcome. So what this is supposed to do is basically remove the manual process of filling forms and going through all the paperwork to buy and sell securities in the market. USSD has helped in if you do a throwback to when MTN listed in Ghana,
right?
I think it was USSD that was used to purchase shares of MTN
right
at the time. So what it did then was to increase participation and coverage. There are a lot more people who have mobile phones who do not have access to brokers or securities brokers. What this will do, you have your mobile phone and you want to purchase securities. You send the code whenever it's launched. You send the code to wherever it is that whatever platform they want to use, and then you're able to purchase stocks that or equity securities that you wish to invest in.
Right.
So
okay.
this is going to increase participation. Yes.
What about network issues? Any?
So definitely these things will happen. But I mean, if the process is going to be new,
right?
So there'll be teething problems, but definitely with time we'll overcome these problems.
Any additional thoughts? Anybody want to throw in any?
Well, I believe we're going to gradually move into an environment where you have a unified data source, just leveraging on the BVN that we currently have in the market. So in terms of having to fill the same information all over again for different houses, what the market is going to be doing at this time, it makes it easy for you. All you need to do is to rely for them to rely on your general data that is available that also is synchronized with your bank account.
Right.
So making it just like Christian said, it makes it easy for you because really I'm not sure everybody likes going over the same process over and over again. And so I think this, in terms of cost effects, is an upside for market players because instead of having to print prospectors, having to print all manner of documents, you just need to log on online and complete the application.
All right, cool. One editors. Okay, one is skipping because you guys have treated that with justice. Okay.
Let's take a few messages.
Okay, messages. Yes.
Josh sent in this one. It says, I sent this last week, but I'm not sure it was answered. I thought the merger between Diamond and Axis Bank was concluded, but I can see Diamond carrying on with aggressive adverts with no Axis Bank in the picture. What's happening?
No, it's done now. It's done. The last hurdle was the courts. Yes,
Sure.
the first was the SEC, CBN, then the shareholders. Everything's done, Josh. It's completed. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I'm just to add to it. I think I had some Diamond Bank advert this morning on my way here.
And look, some of
But
these
I guess
things
it's just time frame.
we will take their money and
It's
do
the
the
same
adverts
company.
if they want to pay us.
It
That's
is the
yes,
same
but it's completed.
Shehu from Surulere says, what is going on? What is going to be the role of Lagos Commodity and Future Exchange in the market?
Okay, this thing hasn't. Thank you for that, Cheryl. That's for the commodity. There's been talk of the whole commodity exchange thing. Yeah. Now, as far as we need more exchanges, the one that's in Abuja is not. It's not active, right? I don't believe it is. So
well, I won't say it is not because I think the farmers within that space should be able to speak more to it.
But you and I should be able to. Everybody here should be able to trade and see what's happening
Are
on
you a
that
farmer?
exchange.
Are you invested in agriculture?
I want to trade now.
Are you sure you are interested in that
It's
space?
for making money.
I know that there's FX,
Yes.
African
Yeah.
African exchange.
FX.
Yes,
FX.
right.
So I think in that space, they should, much more of such commodity exchanges should be encouraged.
So it's a developing thing.
And
Okay,
Harry
cool.
Manuel says, I think FOMC's Dovish,
Dovish, yeah.
rather. It says Dovish forward guidance has made room for at least a 0.25% reduction in CBN's headline policy rates, if for anything, for the vital signaling.
Okay,
And
okay.
Ibrahim says, in addition, or missed out on the margin loans discussion yesterday, no prices for guessing right, that it's more of a portfolio building strategy for the NSC more than it is an opportunity to offer the average man diversification of investment portfolio. If it can be structured in short tenures, highly unlikely to prevent volatile shocks, then it can fly. I wish they could exempt some listing companies from benefiting from it, as it will give people a false sense of performance. And in addition, automating a purchase of stocks, way to go. After all, people already purchase T-bills electronically. NSC cannot carry last since 2019, please.
Thank you for that, Ibrahim. What about e-voting? Nobody should say anything. I'm just don't respond to that. Don't respond to that.
And then Mika says, yesterday I asked about the pension mortgage link and you guys threw more light. And I went to do my findings and I discussed with some of my colleagues. They were all excited and are looking forward to it. And also, you have more listeners.
Hey, thank you, Yinka. Yes, everybody, tell your friends, family, strangers across the streets to listen to this show. But yes, 25%. Yeah, hey, tell everybody to listen to this show.
Papa says, good morning, guys. Please, guys, what is this gist about MTN not listed on the exchange after so many stories of their introduction?
Perfect. That's one of our stories, but we have very little time. Who wants to take that? The SEC said that SEC said that MTN is yet to fill out the required documents to list. Christian, you were telling us downstairs about how long this thing can take, and
in 30 seconds.
yeah, quickly, Christian.
Okay, so it's a process. Excuse me, it's a process, right? It's ongoing. You might not see it immediately being traded on the exchange, but with time it will come on.
But
there are mutual funds that were listed like a month ago that you're yet to see the tickers on the exchange.
So it's a process.
So,
Yeah,
so
process.
we're saying, so MTN saying that they will still list by half year. That's still possible, even though they haven't officially filled out the forms they need to fill
We're
out.
not saying no. SEC said.
Oh, excuse me, SEC.
SEC.
Exactly right. The SEC said that.
Security and Exchange
Security and Exchange Commission. Exactly. All right.
Chelsea Jesha says, hi, smooth guys. Nice initiative for the stock sector. NSC should consider tokenization of companies' shares, just like it is done in the blockchain ICOs using crypto as well.
Charles is taking us
That's
to
a
the
bit
future.
far,
We don't even have we don't have a network.
light.
Yeah.
Bolariwa, Christian, and one three horsemen. Thank you so much for coming back on the show today. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. All right, nice tunes await you next. And the 7:30, do not forget to join us for Freshly Pressed 981 to bring you detailed analysis of newspaper stories this morning.